Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been a long time. It's only two people for right now. It's only two people. It was one of those, like, let's kind of do it because I wanted to do it yesterday, but a lot of stuff happened. Welcome to For the Wrestling Smarks. Yes, it is your host right here. Other host right there. Other host coming soon. Um, and we are going to do Extreme Rules predictions. But first of all, let me allow my guy Kyron himself to introduce himself. What's going on, Kyron?
What's up, everybody?
Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight going to the Extreme Rules predictions. Like I said, there's gonna be about two more people coming on. I'm just assuming, I guess. Let's first start off with the what is it? The United States Championship match. Now this one, I kind of, I'm so on and off about it. Like I kind of care, but then I kind of don't. It'd probably be a more intriguing match out of all the other matches. But from you, Karen, I just want to know. I mean, I heard you say it in Steve's podcast yesterday, but I just wanted to kind of like reiterate it. Who did you see you would have winning again in this one?
Nakamura because they disrespected enough. They gave him time. So, like I said on Thursday, since Vince doesn't keep up the U.S. title anyway, he's gonna settle and give him the U.S. title.
Okay. I mean, I feel like because I don't know if it was Malik that said it or somebody else that said it. I heard they said Jeff Hardy is injured. So I don't know if that's like legit or if he's just old and you just need to give him a break. I have no idea, honestly. But if that's the case, you might as well give it to Nakamura because Nakamura, I feel like out of all the times he was wrestling with AJ, has never won once. One. And two, I feel like if that's the case, then they might as well just give him the title and let him do whatever he wants to do with it. Maybe another open challenge. I don't know. And maybe you can have better open challenges like John Cena had his at one point. Um, that I feel like we both could agree on that. Nakamura probably will win. I wouldn't be surprised if Nakamura win, but I would be surprised if Hardy did win. In all honesty, I'd be a little surprised if he won. Let's go into the next one. Now, this one, I'm going on and off. I'm not going in order. I'm not doing all this other stuff. I'm definitely not even mentioning the pre-show because the pre-show is pointless. Let's go with the Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, one of the very rare stipulation matches in Extreme Rules, which is kind of sad because Extreme Rules is Extreme Rules. For me, Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss in an Extreme Rules match, I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with Alexa on this one because we already seen Nia go against Ronda. That's the one thing. And two, Ronda's probably gonna do something in this match. Isn't she supposed to be there again?
Yeah, she's gonna be in the front row.
Yeah, she's supposed to be in the front row. Oh yeah, she's definitely doing something. She's absolutely doing something. Yeah, I feel like it only makes sense though. I mean, Alexa Bliss is kind of irritating to some people. According to Steve, she's just fine. But I mean, I don't know who you got winning.
So like I said Thursday, Alexa, this match is gonna be god awful because neither one of them can work, and both their matches they had on pay per view so far this year were pretty bad, especially the Backlash match. Also, for a show called Extreme Rules, I'm angry this is the only Extreme Rules match. They have a promo that's 30 seconds in advertisement saying what does Extreme Rules mean to you. It's just a video package of people going through tables and stuff. Guarantee you that 30-second package is gonna be more extreme than this match and this night in general. So
I don't know about all that. Hopefully not.
It is.
Hopefully not.
I've been to two Extreme Rules events in my life. I went last year and in 2010. And last year I was upset there was a lack of Extreme Rules matches. 2010, that's a different story. It was a lot of Extreme Rules matches. But this year, forget. Literally, Extreme Rules Zero. There were, what? In terms of extreme, 3 stipulation matches, and one of them on the pre-show. So, yeah, make that of what you will. And, I mean, you know how I feel about Alexa Bliss. I don't care how fine she is. She's not a good wrestler. So yeah, I'm picking Alexa because they're gonna do Alexa versus Ronda at SummerSlam. Even though what I would do personally is have not even though I would have Nia take the title tonight. That way you do a triple threat at SummerSlam. So Ronda doesn't have to get the title early, and she doesn't got to get pinned either. But WWE are gonna have Alexa win, and when she faces Nia I'm like Ronda at SummerSlam. Hopefully it'll be a squash.
It's gonna have to be squash. There's no way you're gonna have Ronda look weak against Alexa Bliss. And I got nothing against Alexa Bliss
I
at
do.
all. You said what?
I have something against Alexa Bliss.
What do you have against her?
You know what I said? I said she can't. She's not a good wrestler, and they push her to the moon. And it's just funny how you got the same people who praise her but complain about Roman Reigns being overpushed.
Mm. Shit. All right. Hey. I mean, I don't mind Alexa really. It's just like, what is she, like, the 5-time women's champion?
Yeah, and the record is 7.
She could easily break that.
And you know what? If she touches Trish's record, and I'm not just saying this because Trish is my favorite of all time. If she touches Trish's record, then I'm definitely gonna rant because you give that record to a woman who does not deserve it. Meanwhile, you got other than probably Charlotte and maybe Sauce, you got the horsewomen on there who don't get anything. You got Becky, who she's starting to pick up momentum now, but should have been used. You got Bayley, who it took them tell her to jump the turn on Sasha for her to get her momentum back, and even then they ruined that too. And it's like I was saying, you got both your women's champions who should not be flag bearers for women's wrestling, and then they want to do an all women's pay per view later this year. And it's 2 ways they can do it. They can have it be storyline, a lot of different storylines, which I don't trust them in, or they can go the UK route and just have a lot of dream matches like Sasha Banks versus say Tony Storm, something like that. But if they're serious about the women's revolution, because spoiler alert, they're not, they would take the titles off both Alexa and Carmella. But I'll save my stuff for Carmella and Asuka later.
Okay. All right. All right. Or you said so. So when it came to the match, you said it was going to be who again?
Alexa.
Alexa. Okay. Now this is the match I wanted to get into because I'm actually interested. I got a feeling I already know who's gonna win this, but talking about it, I'm like intrigued by it. AJ Styles, Rusev. Now I feel like it's obvious. We know that Rusev is gonna lose.
Yeah.
But say he didn't. Let's just say, because I heard, I don't know if it was you that put up on Twitter saying they were gonna do Joe and Styles. It was somebody that said that, or I must have seen it on Twitter or something like that. Said they were gonna do Joe and Styles, and if that's the case, I mean that's a good SummerSlam card. I mean, so far, you could exclude soon to be Ronda and Alexa because that's I kind of agree with you. It's probably gonna be a squash match for sure, like easy squash match. But in your opinion, how would you be surprised if you did see Rusev win tonight?
Yeah, I would be surprised because it's like I told you when they didn't give Rusev the U.S. title back at WrestleMania. Vince doesn't like when wrestlers get over when he doesn't intend them to. So here's WWE's mindset: we're gonna give Rusev this title match, but they're not giving the title. This is their way of saying pleasing the fans. I don't think Rusev's gonna win because, like I said, the money match is AJ and Joe. I think the best, and it's a shame this match isn't main eventing because it's the WWE title. But I think the best thing for AJ and Rusev to do is go out there and kill it. Because let's be honest, you're Rusev who can work, and you're in the ring with the best work in the world, then you know they can create magic. And hopefully, if they're given 15 minutes and they work through that, that'd be great for both of them. Because if you're Rusev, this is his biggest match since WrestleMania 31. And I feel like he has to really have a good showing, even in a losing effort. Because what a lot of people nowadays don't get, if you can gain more from losing a match than winning it, they already automatically assume if you lose that instantly buries you, when that's not the case. So I feel like, hell, in a way, Rusev can gain more losing tonight if he went instead of winning. If he goes out there and gives AJ everything he got, kicks out of a finisher, then that's going to get him even more over, and that's going to do more for him than winning it. For example, let's look at the NXT Tag Team title match at Takeover Chicago. Had Larkin and I forgot his teammate's name had won that match, it wouldn't have done much because they had a good showing against Undisputed that helps them get over more with the Chicago
Oh,
crowd.
Danny Burch, isn't that his
Yeah,
name?
yeah, Birch and Larkin.
Yeah.
When like that, and I tweeted that in OGQ. That match was an example of losing it did more for him than winning it. And I feel like the night could be Rusev's case. Now I would love to see him win the title, but I just don't see it because I said the money is AJ and Joe, and I want to see AJ and Joe more.
I agree. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing Rusev win. Honestly, would not mind because I feel like it'd be different. But it's like, dang, now what is AJ gonna do now? I mean, if it's true that they were gonna do Joe and AJ, I mean, for Rusev to take the title from him now, I don't think that'd be a good idea, so to speak. So like holding it, then you're getting the money match at SummerSlam and one of the big four pay-per-views. I mean, shoot, I mean, I would enjoy it. I'm sure everybody else would enjoy it. You said you would enjoy it. You'd rather see it more. Why not make it happen? But you know, I mean, hopefully, honestly, I hope one day Rusev gets a title shot and actually another title shot actually wins. I would like to see that. I mean, Rusev has been in WWE for quite some time, and the closest thing he's got was what, the United States Championship.
Yep.
And that, like you said earlier, Vince cares nothing about. So why not? Why not give him a shot on something different? I mean, Rusev Day is probably one of the most over things right now, and I mean, they haven't. I mean, this title match or opportunity is good, but I feel like we all know who's gonna win. So that's what I'm kind of like. Hopefully, Rusev in the near future gets another title shot, and maybe win something else, and could carry that Rusev Day thing with him and the belt, and he wins and has like a run, I guess. But
It's funny you're saying this now, but when I was saying that same stuff at WrestleMania, for the U.S. title Fatal 4-Way, you got all offense. You didn't want that, but now you want them to run with the Rusev Day stuff.
no, because the U.S. title, he's already had it.
No, but I'm just saying that was his most popular point, and they didn't put the title on him, and they had him get pinned in that match just to prove
I don't agree. I don't agree with him getting pinned. But if they were going to give him another opportunity, then hell, you know how I feel about my man Jinder, the GOAT himself.
Yeah, so. Because a couple of you who like Jinder Mahal for no good reason. But what you could have done was have Rusev win that title, and get a good run, strong run, and elevate him to WWE Championship level. That's how it's done. And the thing is, they had Mahal drop the title 2 weeks later. So what was the point?
I don't know what they were thinking. I just know my man's Jinder Mahal. He's a GOAT, and I'm always gonna be with him. So
and he's back, and he's right back in Titus Catering where he belongs. So enjoy it.
He's in peace with his newer gimmick.
And you know what? And I'm at peace too. As long as he's out of a WWE ring, I'm definitely at peace.
What do you have against him, man?
Okay.
No, but like it's like, what is it that Jinder Mahal is so bad that you just don't like him?
You know what? Fine. I'm gonna answer that question, and you're gonna tell me what you like about him, and I want you to be completely serious because we've done this enough. Okay. He was a terrible worker, terrible on the mic. He cut the same promo over and over again, and his title reign came out of nowhere. And don't tell me that's good because it was different. No, it was not. It came up with no build up. He had the same match over and over again, and while it wasn't just his fault, his title reign was the biggest reason why SmackDown went from the best show of the two main shows and it fell from glory, and now it's starting to rise itself back up. And here's one thing, and here's another thing, and I didn't notice till I saw Brian Zane from Wrestling Regret compare him to JBL's title reigns. Not only was live attendance down when Jinder was champion, but the ratings went down from when Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton had the title, and went back up when AJ got the title. So obviously it was hurting the business too. Those are all my reasons for not liking Jinder Mahal. And I just gave you legit facts.
Okay. I could respect that. But this is where I come in and play. And this is the reason why I like Jinder Mahal. You see, from him to go from like this like nobody cares about him pretty much, and then you go to of all places 3MB, 3MB, like the most confusing trio that I've ever seen in my era of watching wrestling. Then to be released, then to come back again and get serious, and then get a title shot. That's hard work, bro. That's dedication, bro. That is dedication.
So by that logic, Mark, you be okay if James Ellsworth came back like he did in Money in the Bank, and if he started taking some steroids and got a little bit bigger and won the WWE
No,
title, no, and won the WWE title,
Jinder
you be happy
Mahal
with
is
that,
not on steroids.
Mark. So you gonna look at someone with a body physique change like that? I don't. You can say he worked out, but you gonna tell me he wasn't under the influence of anything whatsoever? Come on. And I know they got the wellness policy, but I'm one of the people who, as much as I like looking the best in everyone, and yeah, I joked with Mike when he first won the title that he wasn't on steroids. But if you look at that there's some steroids.
I don't think he's
And
on
then
steroids.
when you look at how his nipple looked at one point, then yes, it was. It did look like something people on steroids. By the way,
I don't think he's on steroids. I seriously do not think he's on steroids. I think he just worked his ass off.
and then the worst thing is, and this is and I go back to the JBL Jinder Mahal comparison. At least JBL when he won a title, it seemed legitimate. When Jinder won the title, everyone quickly got upset. Not only because of the things I said, because once they realized they put the title on only because he was the only wrestler of Indian descent and they trying to expand to India, then everyone was upset because they didn't really care. They gave it to him because they wanted to expand it to another country. And spoiler alert, it didn't work. And he was not drawn in India. So the whole championship experiment was a failure. And he had it for over 7 months and it killed. And we got 3 born matches against Randy, especially in the Punjabi prison.
But they were
Then,
repetitive.
then,
They were
then,
repetitive.
and then they killed Shinsuke Nakamura with Jinder Mahal. So that's another reason. And when AJ took the title in London, that was probably the happiest I had been for WWE in a long time.
I mean, those 3 matches with Randy were super repetitive. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the first match that he had with Randy when he won, it wasn't that bad. But like,
But the one in Money in the Bank was the exact same thing. The only
yeah, that's what I
difference,
was about to say. It kind of got repetitive. I'm
the
not.
only difference between those 2 matches was instead of working on Randy's shoulder, he worked on his leg. That's the only difference that those 2 matches had. And I'm sitting there trying to tell you guys that, but you wouldn't listen.
Because I was looking at greatness.
Oh man, it's funny how you won't ever listen to what I say.
I do. I completely understand. I completely understand. You're coming from the business perspective. I'm coming from the simple. Okay, this dude is really working now. This dude is really pumping. He's pumping. He's getting swole. He's winning belts. See, he got stuff under his resume now. He said WWE champion, US. What he was a US champion.
And he'll never hold neither one of those titles again.
I wouldn't say that.
And then Mark, they didn't even, like I told you. See, this time you don't have anyone to back you up. It's just me.
I know.
And here's one thing you still never answered. If he was as good as you say, then how come WWE had no faith in him to have that match against Brock Lesnar, who they quickly gave to AJ, and AJ gave Brock the best singles match he's had in 2 years.
Money.
That's why he was left off the show, right?
Money.
And then he had the worst match of the night with Roman Reigns at the last pay-per-view.
Which was the last pay-per-view? I can't remember.
Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah.
Remember against Roman when the crowd hijacked the whole thing and didn't even give him a chance?
Yeah, that was all Roman right there. Jinder Mahal was just doing him.
See, and that's the thing. Jinder's doing him. See, it's wrestlers that can work a slow pace and still give you a good match. Look at Drew McIntyre. Look at Bobby Roode. Well, before they killed him. But Jinder Mahal is not that type of person. And even if he does, you have to give him the right wrestler. Now, he's not the person who I would say you got to give him the right wrestler to work with because, let's say, like Roman Reigns and John Cena, I feel the same way. But Jinder's slow pace can only work with someone like an AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work with a Roman Reigns because Roman can't work with someone who works a slow pace. And that was a flaw. And it's not just Jinder's fault, but if you had put Roman against someone else, then the match would have been better.
But who's that someone else then?
See, that's the problem. It could be. I mean, that's the thing. I told you as soon as that feud between Mahal and Owen, Reigns started, it was going to be a failure because you put someone the fans don't like against someone the fans don't like in arguably the most ruthless crowd in America, and you thought, and David thought it was going to go over. It's like I said in my review. From the minute the bell rang, the crowd didn't give him anything, and I didn't care about the match, but I watched it twice, so you can't tell me I didn't give him a chance.
I don't know if I told you, but I actually was watching it and then fell asleep.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that happened early in the call, so you can't blame fatigue on that one. That
it,
was
was, it was a long day. I remember that. It was a very long day. A very, very, very long day. So who else we have in the match card? Finn Balor did the most pointless match in this whole match card. Finn Balor, Constantable, Baron Corbin. I mean, this match is as pointless as it could possibly get. I mean, I really don't give two flying F's about this match. I already know who's going to win. Baron Corbin is going to. Did I just say Baron Corbin? Finn Balor is going to win. I'm sorry. Finn Balor is going to win this one. This is just one of those like bathroom breaks. Honestly, I feel like I already know your answer to this one too. I'm assuming it is Balor Club.
That's
Finn
correct.
Balor.
That's correct. And like I said on Thursday, after they had Baron Corbin saying "Itsy Bitsy Spider" Finn Balor, that killed anything I had left for this feud. I mean, I barely cared about it anyway, but when that happened, the only thing I did was when I saw that thing, I said, I cannot wait for Jay's review. And what happened in the review? It was the funniest. It was the funniest part of the whole review because he went off on it because it was retarded.
It's just stupid. I didn't even understand why he was saying it. Honestly, like when
And
he's
the worst thing is they took a segment of life that was going good. Then they had Corbin come out there and sing "Itsy Bitsy Spider" and that killed the segment.
yeah, I'm sorry. I like Finn Balor, but this is gonna be a bathroom break. Easy. This match is gonna be like 10 minutes. Like, and he's gonna be wrestling in dress clothes too to top that. So I don't know. Let's go into a more happier topic, a happier match. Raw Tag Team Champions. It is the leader of Worlds versus the B Team. And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I actually would love to see the B Team win. I'm not gonna lie to you. I swear to you, I would love to see the B Team win. Will they win? Probably not. Probably not. But you know what?
I thought you were moving on to something. Mark, I thought you said we were moving on to something fun.
We're going through the match card. We're going through the match card. We still got the SmackDown one. We still have Roman versus Bob. We got Carmella versus Asuka and the Shark. That I don't even know what the heck that is.
Shark Cage.
Shark Cage. What else we have?
Strowman and Owens.
Strowman and Owens. And I think that is.
That's it because we're not counting the pre-show.
Yeah, we're not counting pre-show. Yeah. I already know who's gonna win this one. Like I said, the leader of worlds. Who you got winning this one?
The leader of the worlds, because I find the B team, other than Bo Dallas doing his brother, pretty stupid. And I don't find.
I kind of like the gimmick thing, like them like imitating Matt and Bray.
Like I said, I like when Bray Wyatt does his brother because that's legit. I think that's legit pretty good. Hell, he does him better than his brother does. But Curtis Axel as Matt Hardy is as cringe as I thought it was gonna be. It's not even funny. I don't care for the B team. That segment was that team was over the minute that happened. I mean, the minute the week for 1 week it was good, and then they heard it. Like I said, the only good thing is Bo Dallas imitating his brother.
Wait here. Yeah. So you got the leader of worlds winning.
Yes.
Leader of worlds, leader of worlds. We pretty much. Wait, no, never mind. I was about to say something. All right, we got what? Roman Reigns versus Bob.
The main
Bob.
event.
You said what?
The main event, apparently.
This is the main event?
That's the match that's supposed to be ending tonight.
Are you serious?
I mean, the only reason I'm not gonna sleep on it early is because one, I want to have some good material for review, and two, I want to see what Pittsburgh is gonna do when they hijack that match because it's not even an Extreme Rules match. The best thing they can do for this show and this match in particular is just announce impromptu stipulations because that's their best bet to save that match.
Why? Why is and literally? I have nothing against Roman Reigns. I just cannot stand how they book him. Like they're like forcing us. I understand Roman Reigns is supposed to be, the guy. He's supposed to be the dude. It's like, oh, he's supposed to be the new John Cena, pretty much. But yo, really, come on. I fell asleep on the Jinder Mahal match. I fell asleep with like most of the matches when they closed. I, I'm not interested in it. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. What's going on, Malik?
What's up, bro?
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
Gotcha.
Oh, he got a haircut.
Nah, he got his thing. He got it like a pony or something. But yeah. So you say you have who? Roman Reigns winning this one?
Yes, I do.
I really want Bobby, honestly. I really want Bobby Lashley to win.
I don't care because
it's like what's next after this?
I really don't care who wins. I don't like neither one of them. I think they're both boring and charisma vacuum. So I don't care for neither one of them.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I had to get on my other phone.
It's like what's next?
What are we talking about?
Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley.
The match I don't care about.
The main event.
Yep.
So this is a confirmed main event.
It's gonna be the main event.
It's gonna be.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, I'd be really surprised. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. It'd be best if it wasn't the main event, but I just knowing how they book things nowadays, it'll probably be the main event.
Yeah, with Roman Reigns in it, I'm sure they're gonna.
That's the only match. That's the only match they've really been building up for Extreme Rules.
Yeah, that's
true. It's supposed to be so personal, but they make this a regular match.
And it's not even. What are they even fighting for? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is this even?
Bragging rights. Bragging rights. That's literally it.
But you know Roman's gonna win though.
Yeah, of course.
This is a big F you to WWE for taking away the multi-man match. Because even though it would have been a rehash from last year's pay-per-view, at least that went better than Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley.
I kind of hope Bobby Lashley wins for real, but I don't.
That's what I'm saying. I really hope Bobby Lashley does win because if he loses, what's next? He can't really like.
I think I like to see him win. If Roman Reigns takes the L, it's not really gonna affect him. You know what I mean? I
don't care neither way because I don't like neither one of them.
I like both of them. They just be booking them wrong. These two fighting each other is not bad for me. It's just they're not like I don't know. Like when they were having promos against each other, it was terrible.
It's sad when you like Roman Reigns beat you on the mic.
It's pretty bad. You know what I mean? So,
Bob's still coming back.
I mean, the main event should be AJ Styles and Rusev. That should be the main event right there.
Hell, I mean, yeah, I agree, but hell, I would have Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler in the pay-per-view. They go with my brilliant idea from Thursday night.
That could be.
Who do you have winning that?
Which one?
Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler, but I wish they would do what I said Thursday night and have Dean Ambrose come in and back Seth up and then turn heel on him and have Ziggler win that way. That's what I wish they would do, but they ain't that smart.
I think that's what they planning on for real. I think that's why he dropped the title in the first place.
I think Dean is gonna stay over come in SummerSlam because I don't like I said on Thursday on Steve's thing. I don't think this is the end. I think it's really just getting started.
What are you talking about?
Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler feud.
I mean, it might be. Who knows? I mean, they might do what they probably will do is when Dean Ambrose comes back, they might have them two team up to fight Ziggler and McIntyre for a while, and then Ambrose turn heel. I mean, that's what everybody wants, but I mean, we don't even know if they're gonna turn him heel. We just speaking off what we want to see. He might not even turn heel.
They don't listen to us. They don't listen to us. Vince.
I mean, but what would be best for him would be, as of now, I think he should be heel. It'd be a perfect time to turn him heel because he's been gone for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And when he comes back, it would be very impactful. So I mean, if he turns heel, that would be dope as fuck. Because he would make a good heel, a really good heel.
He was a good heel the last time he was. He was a great heel.
We're in the Shield, yeah. He's in the Shield, but
Excellent.
other than that, this extreme. This is not even. I don't even want it.
It's just
like I said in the group chat earlier, bro. They need to drop. They need to drop the theme for pay per views and just bring back regular pay per views, and just have special matches. Just whenever they have good feuds or anything like that. That's what they used to do. But when they have I hate when they have Money in the Bank and extreme.
Money in the Bank needs to stay in WrestleMania, in my opinion.
Yes, that's what should have stayed.
And Hell in a Cell and the Elimination Chamber. Hell in a Cell and Elimination Chamber should only be used when necessary.
Yeah, they need to drop that too. They need to use that only for special occasions as well. But I don't understand this whole extreme rule because it's not even. There's maybe 2 extreme matches on this pay per view.
Exactly.
They have a steel cage match, and then I don't even know. They have the women's match as an extreme rules match. Other than that, I don't know. 30-minute Iron Man match is not extreme.
That don't count.
It's a 30-minute wrestling match.
Remember Extreme Rules? What was it? 09 when in the early Extreme Rules when every match
was extreme. Yes, every match was extreme. That's how it used to. I mean, I understand. That could be it's a bad night for the superstars, but I mean, I can understand that because every match is gonna be Extreme Rules. So I mean,
that's not every match is Extreme Rules though. It hasn't. I feel like
I'm talking about back in the day. I was talking about back in the day though when they used to be like that.
No, I'm talking about now. Now, I feel like they're being more cautious with the wrestlers. They kind of want to preserve them a little longer.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's what. Just change the name of the pay per view. Then they could call it it could be like Judgment Day. This could be a Judgment Day pay per view right here.
Unforgiven.
See, this is why NXT does it right. Look at NXT. How many stipulation matches they have? Their Extreme Rules match they had this year between Black and Aleister Black and Adam Cole was perfectly acceptable because it was in Philadelphia and a few called for it, and it was a great match. When they did War Games, that made sense. Great match. When they do a ladder match, when Gargano and Ciampa, makes sense to have them be no disqualification matches. That's how it's done.
I wish they would do things like that. I mean, obviously, it's changed so much. I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen at SummerSlam at this point. I don't know anything that's going to happen because they keep telling us one thing and then we hear another thing. So I don't know what they have planned. The only match I can pretty much think of that I think for sure will happen is Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss, and Nia Jax in a triple threat. Other than that, I don't know any other match that could possibly happen. Maybe Roman and Brock, but I mean, nobody wants to see that.
No, that's for sure going to happen. Roman and Brock's going to happen.
And then they're gonna have Strowman come in and save the day because New York Crowd's gonna crap all over that match, and Strowman's gonna come and cash in to save everyone. That's what's gonna happen.
They should just do what I've been saying since he won the Money in the Bank. Why don't they just have him? Why don't they just have Strowman come out tomorrow night and say that I'm fighting Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? Whether there's no number one contender but me. It's not like he's not believable enough to beat Brock Lesnar. Look at him.
Should have won No Mercy.
He's stronger than Brock Lesnar. He's bigger than Brock Lesnar. The only thing that Brock Lesnar has on him is speed and athleticism. That's it.
And it's not a wise gap as you think it is.
And it won't. It's not going to hurt Brock Lesnar by losing to Braun Strowman. Because it's not like it's not believable. You know what I mean? It's not like he's losing to James Ellsworth. You know what I'm saying? Where you'd be like, why did he lose to that person? If he loses to Brock, if Braun Strowman beats Brock Lesnar, everybody's going to be like, oh, okay. I mean, that guy's a monster.
Yeah.
And that way, Brock can go because obviously he's going to have this UFC fight. So that would write him off TV. He doesn't have to come back. He doesn't have to be on TV for a while. Then if he wants to come back next year, if they're gonna bring it back, just don't bring it back till next year for WrestleMania.
Yeah. I mean, but who would he go against at Mania then? Because we're
Who
not going to
cares?
see
It'd probably be
Roman
Bobby
and Brock.
Lashley.
Who
That's the only
cares who
match.
he goes
That's the only
against?
match they've been talking. That's the only match they've really been talking about. Him, and Bobby Lashley.
That match better be physical, man.
And
Like
I'm
it,
cool. I'm cool with that match as long as they build it up the right way, though. And it's
yeah, but I'm just saying it got to be like a physical match because these two dudes are huge.
yeah, I know. And if you really think about it, like the way I want to see this match is because there are like very few people in WWE that can really match up with Brock Lesnar. I think Bobby Lashley is the perfect matchup for him because he's just as strong, just as athletic, just as powerful, and he got a lot of speed on him too. He's very fast. So I mean, he's like a black Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. That's what they called him when he first came to WWE the first time. He did everything Brock did.
They're just different, but I mean, that's what they should do. It's not like they really need to have Braun Strowman cash in like everybody else. He could legitimately call out Brock Lesnar and say, "I'm cashing this in at SummerSlam," just like Rob Van Dam did when he did to John Cena. Except that was some BS what they did to John Cena back then. But just like RVD did when he came out and said, "I'm cashing this in at Extreme Rules." He's the only person to ever do that. Nobody else has ever done that by him.
RVD, damn, where is that man? Is he still wrestling?
So that's why I'm saying he should just say. They should just have him come out and say, "I'm cashing in at SummerSlam." And
Because
that could be the main.
he doesn't need to do the running thing. He doesn't need to run in and do all that other stuff because he's huge. All you got to do is just say it. He's a stature, like he's a immovable object, pretty much.
Oh, I forget
So
now. John Cena did too. He did it on CM Punk too, but he lost. So
RVD.
RVD and John Cena are the only two people that ever do it. So I mean, they could just do that. I don't see why they do that. Or if they because I keep hearing that they're having Brock at SummerSlam. So if they don't want to have him at SummerSlam, just have him come back to Raw and then have just Braun Strowman just beat the shit out of him and take the title right there.
Malik, don't believe that BS that Brock's not gonna be SummerSlam. He's gonna be there.
he's gonna be there.
He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there, but they've been saying that he's not gonna be there. So I'm just saying, like, if that was gonna happen, that would be the other way to do it. But he's obviously gonna be there. But
They confirmed it. They said he's gonna be there, but they just don't have an opponent for him.
y'all can say what y'all want about Brock Lesnar, but he literally is the only person that I know in WWE like he can do whatever the hell he wants to do and not get any consequences.
Yeah.
He showed up at a UFC event and called out the UFC champ. He called out Daniel Cormier and said, "I want."
He's a money guy. Like he
I was like, "Are you kidding?"
And money comes in with him.
But the thing is, UFC doesn't get paid much at WWE. So he does. I think he does UFC because he likes it more than WWE because it's physical and it's just more of his nature. You know what I mean? It's just what he's.
But WWE is giving him the money though.
Yeah, but he's gonna make millions in WWE. So I mean, he's very smart at what he as a businessman. I mean, I can't knock him. As a fan, we don't want to see that because as fans we hate it. But I mean, if you Brock Lesnar, I wouldn't give a shit either. I'm getting paid all this money. I'm out here surviving. So I mean, that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
And
he's I don't even consider him a part timer anymore. He's like below a part timer.
The only thing about that is this. The only thing I don't like about having him as champion is this, like, he's never there. Like, if John Cena was the champion, he would be there every week until he lost the belt, and then he would just go away again.
Even when he's a part timer.
The same with Jericho. If Jericho's gonna be there, he's gonna be there until he's ready to leave, and then he's just gonna leave. Mm-hmm. Even if he was the champion, he'd be there every week. He'd see the title. But with Lesnar, we haven't seen the title since like April.
Yeah, yep. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Like Raw doesn't even have a world title. Basically, it's basically the Intercontinental Championship.
And yet they have Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley main event the show when it has nothing on the line.
Exactly. That's why I said AJ and Rusev would be a better main event because one, the show wouldn't get hijacked with that match because people love both of them, and either whoever wins, nobody's gonna be upset about either one. If AJ Styles wins, nobody's gonna be upset. If Rusev wins, everybody's gonna be happy. But with Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns, whoever wins, nobody's gonna care. It's just gonna be like
nobody's gonna, and we already know who's gonna win. Roman Reigns.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Like I feel like they're getting to the point where, I mean, they always were like this. They're forcing us. That's what it seems like to me. They're forcing us to like get with Roman. I don't know why you can't force. You can't force.
It's the really the same thing. It's the same thing with John Cena though. It's just I don't think Vince really cares how people react to him because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know we don't know how well you know what I'm saying Roman Reigns does finance merch and all that stuff like all behind the scenes. So there's obviously a lot of stuff that we don't know about. But as is from the outside, we just don't understand it. But I mean, there's obviously reasons. There's reasons to things why he does things. We just sometimes we just may not understand it. Like you know him pushing Roman Reigns, like he's pushing Roman Reigns so hard, but we're like, why is Finn Balor not getting this push? Because he's better than Roman Reigns to us. But
Because it's like I said, that's because Vince don't give a damn about NXT. And if you are big in NXT, Vince is gonna make sure he ruins you like he did with everyone. And tonight will be the final nail in the coffin of the Empress of Tomorrow. So
You think she's gonna lose?
didn't I already go through this with you on Thursday? I told you it was gonna happen.
That was Thursday, bro. I can't remember.
Yeah, because I kept trying. Because
I don't think. I don't think. I don't see. Honestly, I don't know.
I do.
If Oscar loses again, that's sad.
It's the final nail in the coffin with the woman who used to be the Empress of Tomorrow. So yeah, enjoy it because, like Mark trying to tell me, oh, they're not that stupid to do it again, even though they ruined everyone from NXT. Oh, but they're gonna get it right this time. I told you last September and October they were gonna do this wrong with Oscar, but you didn't want to listen to me back then. Now they're doing it, and they saying, oh, they're gonna get it right now. It's almost too late for that. And tonight, you know they're gonna have Ellsworth get involved in that shark cage anyway, and Carmella's gonna pin Oscar again tonight. Heck, they might have a lad tap out just to show, just to show how much they don't care about NXT, and then that's the end of Oscar. So I'm glad she had a great run in NXT, but a nice end for her.
There's no way. I'm sorry. I just can't believe. If Carmelo wins, I am. I'm right. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do actually. I
tell you who needs to win more than Nakamura better beat Jeff Hardy tonight. I don't know how many times he gonna keep losing.
I agree. I'd much rather have I want Nakamura to win, but I'll be honest, I want Oscar to win more than I want Nakamura to win because at least Nakamura is going against a good wrestler. Oscar's going against someone who isn't, and someone who has no business competing with her. And they had to bring back James Ellsworth because they knew Carmella was a terrible champion and wasn't interested enough on her own.
There's no way Oscar can lose, and she can't. I mean, her losing to Charlotte at WrestleMania was believable. That was okay. That was fine with that. But Carmella losing to Carmella twice. Come on.
I mean, she shouldn't have tapped out to begin with. And Carmella, who I'll be honest, really can't wrestle, beats Oscar. Get out here with that.
There's a lot of matches I really don't care for tonight, to be honest. I mean,
the only matches I care about tonight is the IC title, the WWE title, and maybe the US title. That's all I care about tonight.
Yep.
There's a lot of matches I really have no interest in tonight. I mean, it's kind of like Backlash all over again. Like the card is like terrible.
Yeah, just like in Backlash, only had one good match. The WWE title match was good, but the ending hurt it. And the IC title was the only good thing at Backlash.
It's like I don't know, man. I'm interested to see how they build up SummerSlam because this card is not looking good. Like, is Samoa Joe even on the card tonight? He's not even going on tonight.
He's not. I haven't seen that man since what was it? Backlash.
He might. You know what? He might. I could see him getting involved in it after because I heard he's supposed to fight AJ at SummerSlam, so I can see him kind of getting involved maybe after the match, like choking him out or something like that. Whatever they want to do with it, I could see that happening since he's not fighting anybody. I mean, I guess there's nobody on SmackDown for him to fight right now, so.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what happens. That would be the good man. That would be a good way to go. I think go off the show. Have that if AJ and Rusev main event when AJ wins is have Samoa Joe come out and just choke him out, put him to sleep in the middle of the ring, whatever, and just hold up the title. I mean that obviously would draw a lot of attention right there. So I mean, I don't see why they don't do that. But I mean they could. Who knows? We don't know. I mean. In this steel cage match, why are we even having this match? We already know that Kevin Owens is going to get killed.
He's going to get destroyed. I'm sorry. Kevin Owens was like How do you go from being the Universal Champion to this? Like I don't know. This is a squash match. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's not. He's not beating. I don't even see how this. I mean, this is gonna be a match, but I don't see how like he's really supposed to survive this. Like if he like this is he's facing Braun Strowman in a cage.
They messed up. This match should have been a false count anywhere match.
Exactly. Like why is this? Why are we having a cage with this monster inside of it, and then you have Kevin Owens?
I mean, here's what I think, and Blue said it best the other night. That night, I think they should have Owens win accidentally. Even though I'm picking Strowman to win, they should have Owens win like Strowman throws him through the cage, a la Big Show Stone Cold. That way, Strowman stays looking strong, and you can give Owen a W because Strowman is Mr. Money in the Bank, so he doesn't really need to win.
I would be fine with that if they wanted to do that. I'm fine with that. But I don't know, man. I doubt that's really gonna happen. WWE, it's so dry right now. Like it's just
So dry.
ever since after WrestleMania, it was like there's nothing that has caught my attention yet. Like not one thing.
Seth Rollins.
I mean, Seth Rollins had a good run, but when he lost the belt, it was kind of like okay, well, they just ruined that. So I mean, the only two people that really were really holding it down were AJ Styles and Seth Rollins as the champions. But I mean, then of course they took the title off Rollins.
You know what I think WWE should do? A lot of people say how 205 Live is good, but I don't watch it.
It's good. I like it.
They should move it to Full Sail, and they should just integrate it with NXT.
That's exactly. I actually had that same idea. I didn't tell anybody. I was just thinking, like, because 205 Live doesn't have like a good enough audience. So
they even said they're thinking about having NXT takeovers like that 2 hours might go to 2.5 hours. Why don't you add a cruiserweight title match to that? They're not doing anything with it. And the last time the cruiserweight title was defended on the main roster pay-per-view, and on the main show, I don't know.
It had to be sometime last year.
Was it TLC?
Had to be sometime last year. I mean,
that's another thing. TLC. That's another pay-per-view that they need to change the name of.
They're thinking about getting rid of it.
They are.
They just get rid of all the pay-per-views and just bring back the old ones that they had when we grew up on, and just have it like that.
Unforgiven Judgment.
They need to cut off the combined pay-per-views every year and just have every pay-per-view Raw and SmackDown pay-per-view, because that obviously gives more opportunities for other superstars. Because as you see tonight, there are superstars that are not even on the card. Like Bobby Roode's not wrestling tonight. He's going to be in the back eating catering all night, watching the pay-per-view from the back.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe's he's not wrestling tonight. Sasha and Bailey, they're not doing nothing tonight.
This feud was like interesting, and then it got boring. Sasha and Bailey,
because they're not Alexa Bliss. That's why, or Carmella. That's why,
or Charlotte. Charlotte's always protected too. So,
but at least Charlotte can work.
Yeah, ain't even wrestling tonight either. Is she even on the card tonight?
Nope.
No, she's injured though, so that makes it.
She's injured.
I believe so. I think it was like a pop in her breast or something, and she had to take some time off.
Oh, okay. Well, if she's hurt, then that's understandable. But
that does not sound good.
I mean,
you know something. You know something. What I think might happen tonight.
What?
Well, Ron and Alexa, because they don't like Alexa taking any bumps. And if you remember last year when she fought Bailey, that guard off a candlestick and a pole, they didn't let her get hit with a stick once. How much you want to bet they won't even have Alexa get hit with any weapons or take any serious?
I don't think anything serious, but I think she's definitely gonna get hit.
With what?
She might go through a table or something.
Yeah,
she's not even big enough to go through a table.
She gotta take some type of bump.
Yeah, she's gonna get hit with something.
When does Alexa ever take a bump? A serious bump?
Today.
Money in the Bank? Money in the Bank? No. Elimination Chamber? No. TLC? What was it? Candlestick on a pole. She didn't get hit with this candlestick. So
I don't even, what the hell was that? That match? I don't know.
That was the definition of burial when they did the Bailey, and I was in the audience to see it. WWE does not want anything happen to Alexa Bliss. I wouldn't be surprised if Mickey takes all the really bad bumps tonight, and Alexa gets a fluke victory because they want to protect her. By
I
the way,
forgot.
we got about 14 minutes for the show comes on.
Got 14.
I mean, there's nothing. We ain't missing nothing really.
Yeah,
This pay per view about to be dead anyway, so I mean,
we really not. I might play it again. WWE in like the first.
Oh
Week.
no, you got it twisted. See, I'm going to watch it because
I'm gonna watch it. I mean, obviously, definitely gonna watch it.
I got a review to do.
But I mean, obviously, it's nothing. If this pay per view is really good, I'm gonna be surprised. I'm gonna say that right there.
You said if it's really good, you're gonna be surprised.
If this pay per view is better than I thought it was, because I don't expect this pay per view to be great. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be worse than Backlash. Because Backlash was terrible.
Well,
And
we all know Backlash was terrible.
You know the worst thing is, I hope the crowd is not dead too. Because if the crowd's dead, then the pay per view is.
If the main event is gonna be Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns, the whole match is gonna be hijacked. It doesn't matter how hyped the crowd is; they're gonna hijack it just because of who's in the match. Anytime they put Roman Reigns in the main event, which is necessarily not fair on his end, but it's just people just don't care, and they just refuse to invest in him like Vince wants us to. So anytime they put him in the main event, they're gonna hijack the show.
My whole thing with this show is like pay-per-views in general this year. Outside, the only two good main roster pay-per-views this year was Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank. We've had two good main roster shows all year.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we had 3 NXT takeover events that have been spectacular, especially New Orleans.
Yeah.
But yet we can't get the same level on the main roster. Get out of here with that. There's no excuse. And then you had, I don't know if y'all heard this, but Raw had its lower viewership in its show's history on Monday night.
Yeah, I seen that.
I'm counting 95 and 96 into this. So there is no excuse for your show to be this bad. When you have arguably the best, most talented roster you've ever had. But no, you got Baron Corbin. You got a forced pull apart brawl that was born, and you got Baron Corbin singing "Itsy Bitsy Spider." You deserve, and I'm happy it had that rating. It deserved.
I don't know. Dude, when I seen that, I about lost my mind because I don't know who wrote that, but that might have been worse than the Roman Reigns, the freaking whatever the script they had for him about the marshmallows or whatever it was about the one he had on Big Show. Yeah, that was
Magic Beans.
Yes, that was. This Itsy Bitsy Spider thing was terrible. I don't know what the hell this was about, but I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe he was actually doing that. I felt bad for Baron Corbin in that moment.
I felt bad for Elias. That killed this segment.
So I
What's
mean,
up with Elias? Well, aren't they doing anything?
He's just there to be there now. I mean, really. I mean,
because see, it's like I said, he got over more than they wanted him to. Now he's in Titus Catering.
His push was only gonna last so long, man. There's only as the more you watch wrestling and just learn, you just understand that there's only certain people that are gonna get a push for a certain amount of time, and then they'll just be back in the mid card. The only other person was Daniel Bryan. That's because Daniel Bryan, I don't know, people just were too behind. People were just too behind him to where they weren't gonna accept anything else. So I mean,
that's because they knew that if they didn't, WrestleMania 30 was gonna be destroyed.
Dude, I told Rambo, imagine if WrestleMania went off when Brock ended the streak. Like that was the end of WrestleMania. Streak over.
That would be easily the most.
That would have been crazy. Everybody would have left.
Controversial one to date.
So confused, and everybody would have been shocked. Like just imagine like if that was the end of WrestleMania, like that would have bothered you until you watched Raw the next day. Couldn't even sleep.
It bothered me. It bothered me until Daniel won.
Like I was like
that whole week. Dude,
I couldn't. If that ended WrestleMania, that would have been insane, man. Like people were like, cause I remember watching that, and like when he hit that 3, I was just like, I don't even know what to think right now. I couldn't even think.
Me, my brother, and my cousin was sitting in our basement for like 10 minutes, and we didn't say anything.
I didn't even know what to think. I couldn't even function.
It didn't feel real. Yeah, they don't have moments like this. And like you told me, you said you're the top 10 most shocking moments in WWE history. You know, we all know as well as we all do that moment is going to be in everyone's list.
Yeah, absolutely. I told Rambo that, bro. That has to be. If that's not in everyone's list, bro, something wrong with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my list is more. My list is more. What am I looking for? Old school, and I'm using like my list includes a lot of moments, not just from recently.
Yeah, mine do too. I think I had to think back really far. We were gonna be. I knew there were obviously some newer ones, but there were. I knew. I didn't want to forget, so I had to. Was the first one that came to my mind, so I immediately put that down. That was like that's a no-brainer. That right there was insane.
I remember watching that 30, and I was just thinking.
Dude, I wonder what I wish I could have. I wish they could actually next day Gorilla, because like Vince was like the only one who really knew about it. So I just want to see like what everybody else how it reacted like.
They said that their reaction was the exact same thing the fans was.
Like that would have been like insane. Vince was just there chilling like this. Like he probably just chilling.
Just keep it going. Let the cameras keep rolling.
Still moving, guys.
And you know what? You want to know the funniest thing? The referee didn't even know. Imagine being that referee at that moment, and you think you might have botched the streak, and you said 3. I know he was terrified because he wasn't told what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And and that's why. And they said that when the 21-1 Greg popped up, he breathed a sigh of relief, like, oh, I didn't screw it up, because the referees are told the ref the match like it's an actual shoot. So if someone forgets to kick out,
what if the ref actually did mess that up? That would have.
Oh,
dude, he got fired, bro.
That would have been crazy.
He got fired, bro.
Yeah,
he been blackballed from the wrestling business.
Jeez,
bro. Imagine it's like the only people that knew about that were probably Undertaker, Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, and Vince McMahon.
I don't even think Paul knew.
He might have not known, but I'm not gonna throw him.
I think Paul knew. I think Paul knew.
I don't think so. I think the only people who knew was Vince, Brock, and Taker.
I wonder how Taker felt about that, bro. I mean, obviously he was okay with it because he would honestly, if he didn't want to lose, he has enough power to be like, I'm not losing. You're crazy, but like I've always heard that he said that he was never really big on the streak anyway. Like he never cared about losing. Like I've heard multiple times that he actually pitched the idea of losing to other people before.
Really?
Yeah, he pitched especially to lose to Kurt Angle WrestleMania 22, but Kurt didn't want to do it, so they moved to No Way Out. Which is
there were always a lot of superstars that didn't want to do it. Like he pitched the idea of Edge beating him, but Edge refused. He was like, I'm not doing it.
Or in the WrestleMania 21, that was pitched for him to end it.
Yeah, and then of course there were other ones that people pitched to do it. There was one when he fought Shawn Michaels at that WrestleMania in 25. Remember when he dove on that cameraman?
Yeah, nearly killed himself.
He told the referee, because they knew that spot was gonna happen. He told the referee. He said the referee was talking about it, and he said they had a meeting like the day before that match or whatever. And Undertaker told him, he's like, the only thing I want you to do, he said, if I don't make it back in the ring in time, I want you to count me out. And the referee was like, are you serious? And he was like, I'm dead serious. You better count me out.
Well, that was Sim Snuka's fault for not catching him.
So I mean, that could have been a count out right there. Imagine imagine if he couldn't get back in the ring.
Jeez.
But I mean, yeah, I heard he's never really big on the streak. So I mean, if it never really, I mean, it was special to him, but he never really it was never that big like for the fans, everybody was really into it, but for him, he was never really he never really cared about if he ever lost. Yeah. I guess he figured he knew he would lose at some point, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like once age catches up with you, you kind of have to let it go, because you can't do the stuff you used to do. I mean, right now he looks very good. He looks healthy again.
Bro, I don't know how long he's gonna keep wrestling, man. I think he's gonna retire every year, and he comes back every time. Like how many more people you gonna fight at WrestleMania? Who else could he possibly fight at WrestleMania? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Seen in an actual match, not an angle.
Like I don't know who he could possibly fight. He's fought pretty much all these stars, man. There's so many. There's very few people that he hasn't fought that I can think of, but they're all retired and old now. So I mean, it's like they've already missed those opportunities. But I mean, I would have loved to see him and Kurt Angle fighting like both in their prime. That would have been amazing.
Go to No Way Out 2006.
Yeah, exactly. If they would have fought at WrestleMania that year, that would have been an amazing match right there.
I personally would love to see, and this is just a fantasy matchup, dream matchup. I would like to see Aleister Black and Undertaker go at it.
At a WrestleMania or just in general?
No, just period. Not WrestleMania. I don't think that's WrestleMania.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's not WrestleMania worthy.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to be rude.
I would just like to see them go at it. I don't know who would be WrestleMania worthy right now.
Cena.
He's done everybody.
Cena.
But he already beat Cena though.
We're gonna get Cena, but then what's next?
But it was. I mean, it wasn't
Nothing.
a match. But if it wasn't a match, but I'm trying to count people that he actually hasn't been at WrestleMania with, and Cena's already. Unfortunately, John Cena was on that list now.
Well, they have no other big matches they can do with him at WrestleMania. It's gonna feel big enough. Besides John Cena.
Exactly. I don't even think they could even do Kurt Angle. I think it'd just be too. They're both too old.
Yeah, Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you look at him. Kurt looks like he struggles walking. So it's like,
I don't think he struggles walking as much as he just doesn't have that intensity and speed he used to have.
It's just it's the way he because it's from all them pills and stuff he's been doing all this year. That's why he looks the way he looks now.
it's like
And
his
stuff.
legs. His legs are like that. It's like bent. Like this is his kneecap right here. His legs. I'm like,
But he did look. But I give it to him. He looked good at WrestleMania, even though he wasn't the focus. It was Ronda. But if you look at how Kurt moved in that match, he looked good.
yeah, he did.
I mean, I'm not saying he still can't go. I mean, he's almost 50 years old. I mean, he can still have decent matches. But I'm talking about if he were to fight the Undertaker at WrestleMania next year. When's the last time we've seen a great Undertaker match at WrestleMania? It's been a long time.
WrestleMania 29.
That's basically because the Undertaker is getting old and he can't move anymore.
29 was. Wait, who did he go against? 29 was it
Punk?
Yeah, CM Punk.
Oh, CM Punk. Okay. Then which one?
I
Was
don't see.
27?
I might have to say 28 because that Hell in a Cell match was probably the best match I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That's not even the best Undertaker match I've ever seen in my life, or the best Hell in a Cell. Hell, not the best Hell in a Cell match the Undertaker was in.
I wouldn't say it was the best one, but that was for WrestleMania. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean, I like that match, but personally, I wouldn't put it in the top 3 WrestleMania matches.
And the way the match was like the build up for the match was this. It was the whole thing to me was really good. Like because I remember when they announced that Triple H was gonna fight him again. I didn't want to see it because he already fought him the year before. So I was like, why are we having this match again? I don't want to see back-to-back matches. I just didn't like it. But then the way they built it up and then the match itself was unbelievable.
You know, personally, my favorite WrestleMania match, and I think it's in the same. Yeah, I think it was the same one as Hell in a Cell, a Taker, and Triple H. It was Rock and Cena. I feel like that's one of my all-time favorites, personally. It's the first one. The first one. The second one was alright, but the first one I really, really liked. Really, the one with Rock won. That one was dope. I remember watching that with like my family, and it was like everybody's like, "Oh snap!" You know, this and that, and then the crowds, they were just like really in tune to it. So it was like that's.
I remember when they announced that. I remember when they announced that after WrestleMania they were gonna fight. Bro, I can't wait. I was like, bro, I don't think I can wait a year.
Yeah, that was good. That was a very, very good match.
That was a very good build up. But
Yeah.
I mean,
and then The Rock, he would just cut like some great promos or like segments going at John Cena, and he was calling him Fruity Pebbles and stuff. I was like, yeah,
he's just bro. Rock's just so entertaining, bro. Like the man, every time he's on the mic, bro, it's gonna be something great.
Yeah.
I mean, he usually just does the same stuff over and over again, but I mean, it's The Rock though, so I mean, come on, like, the only other person like I wish that Cena could have fought at WrestleMania would have been Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Mm.
That would have been dope. Undertaker too. Undertaker and Stone Cold would have been dope at WrestleMania.
We're gonna get Undertaker and Cena watch. We're gonna get that like next year or something.
I mean, it'll definitely be. It would probably be another rematch between those two. But I mean, they should have. I don't know. I don't know how longer he's gonna keep wrestling. I don't know how long he wants to keep wrestling. But I mean, he looks really good right now. But I mean, I don't know how much longer he can keep doing this. Because to me, he just don't look like. Even though he looks in great shape, he just
Mentally,
he's so old now. Like he just does not look like the Undertaker to me anymore.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, even though he's still the Undertaker, he's just like you can tell the age is there now. Like you can just look at it. You can look at the skin, look at his face.
When I was growing up, Undertaker was a built 300+ pounder. Like he was muscle on him.
And when we were growing up, he was already in his late 30s, early 40s, going in his 40s.
Yep.
But I mean, he still looked like the freaking Undertaker. You know what I mean? Like he always looked like the Undertaker. He always made sure he looked like the Undertaker. But now he's just
He
ever
just,
since he cut his hair, when he got that mohawk,
yeah, I hated that, bro. Oh, I couldn't stand that.
he just don't look like the Undertaker no more, man. I mean, I'm glad he grew his hair back out because growing the hair back out looks a lot better. But I mean,
That mohawk was not tough at all.
no, I
I'm
don't know
sorry.
what that was about.
That mohawk was not working. That was not working at all.
I don't know what that was about. But I mean, for me, I know people get old. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna get old at some point. You know, but it's just you can just look at him now. It just bothers me that he's just old now because I just wish he can go. I just wish he wasn't old. You know what I mean? Like I just wish he could still be young and just be the Undertaker, to be the full Undertaker that we want to see. But it's just like he's just so old now. He has so many injuries. He can barely do stuff. That's why I said, like, when's the last time we've seen a great Undertaker match at WrestleMania? You know what I mean? Like every year at WrestleMania, he comes back and he fights somebody, and we're like, oh yeah, like this is gonna be a good match, and I think this could be a really good match. But then the match isn't good.
It's all right. Let's say that.
The match they're not great, and it's not. I'm not saying it's the Undertaker's fault, but I mean he's 53, so like what? I don't know what can we expect? He can't do things anymore like he used to.
Mm.
But I mean, the pay-per-view's on now, so I mean, if you want to stop this, you can go ahead and stop it.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I just got the notification. Without further ado, you guys, if you guys want to tell me where they can find you, we do the typical always thing. Always do this after every podcast. We supposed to do this yesterday, but we already know what the history was behind that. Malik, you want to tell me where they can find you?
Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. What is it? Narcolepsy Boy 94. Do trivia videos, and I do Raw and SmackDown reactions every week. I'll have reactions tonight for Extreme Rules. You can follow my Instagram, Malik Kelly 94 as well, and my Twitter, Malik Kelly. If you want to follow my social media pages.
Kyron, can you hear me?
Follow me on Twitter, /BroKyron, Instagram, /Bro_Kyron, Tumblr, DVR, Kyron Chase, YouTube account, Kyron Chase. I do videos on wrestling, Sonic the Hedgehog, and MLF when it Magic.
You guys know where to find me?
You know what else is bad tonight too?
What?
I forgot they're in Pittsburgh tonight. There's no way they're gonna have Roman and Brock. I mean Brock, not Roman and Brock. Roman and Bobby for the main event.
I forgot.
They're in Pittsburgh.
They're already starting off with a match I don't care about.
Who was that?
It's Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the B Team.
All right. Without further ado, we'll probably see you guys next week. Hopefully my shoulder is not destroyed. But yes, either Saturday or Sunday, because I just never have a set date. We will do a post Extreme Rules, and hopefully we get to see Kyron rant on one of this if it's really that bad, because I haven't seen this man rant in a long time. I'm gonna try to get Broken on there, Gabe the wrestling fan. I want to get Mounty because we're doing a top 10 podcast. And we did this before. I actually had some pretty good feedback in the comments live when it was live. But without further ado, I'll see you guys next week. You guys take care.